All right. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and get some music into this. I'll probably go on random. Wow, that's loud. Okay. There we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Well, it's been a while. I know. Long time. So, got busy. Had to take care of some classes as a sub. So, yeah, it took me a long time to get comfortable with getting back into as a regular sub. So anyway, let's get to it. We'll start with a further discussion of yeah. So let's start off with some first news first. Uh, yeah, Slipknot let go of Sid Wilson, which is so random. I When that happened, I was a little shocked because it just came out of nowhere. I literally just saw. I just went to Monster Palooza not too long ago, and I was just like excited meeting uh, Corey Taylor, along with Geezer Butler, along with Alice Cooper, Bill Ward, everything, and just everyone else that was there. I saw Corey Taylor, and I was just like, "Hey, is it okay if you sign my uh, Slipknot CD?" And that's one of the first Slipknot albums that I've ever heard, and it just got me through high school, and I thanked him for that. Sid signed it first, and uh, right before Chaos and Carnage was going to happen. And then I went to go and meet Corey Taylor. I asked if he could sign it. He signed it, and it was that. I wasn't sure if that was planned a while ago that they were going to let him go or not. But it was just sad. It was just like out of nowhere that they got rid of him. Yeah, that was just yeah. He's one of my favorite members. I've knowing him is just crazy, unique math. It's uh, yeah, that's just one of the staples of what Slipknot made it unique. And he was just someone that was like you can point out that say like, oh yeah, that's the DJ. He's the one with the gas mask. And along with Chris Fenn with the long nose, along with uh, yeah, along with Corey Taylor with his 2008 mask was unique, and I like that mask a lot out of all of them. But yeah, let's get on with talking about uh, first heavy metal albums you ever that got you into metal. So I distinctly remember uh, in elementary school. I can't tell you what year that was, but I remembered I was like in early elementary school that my dad was like a huge like classic heavy metal guy. Like he had his truck and we just go early in the morning to go to school, and my dad would like blast the music all the way up loud, whether it be alternative at the time, which was Stone Temple Pilots back then, and then the album that my dad would put on the most was Diary of a Madman by Ozzy Osbourne. Second album in his solo career. And when the first song that popped in was Over the Mountain, and that one, it just all of a sudden just started with this drum solo first, and then straight to Randy Rhoads just like ripping that guitar, just starting with that riff, and yeah, it just felt like a whole nursery rhyme, where I not nursery rhyme, but just more like something anyone who is young enough. in elementary school would get into it as well. Like over the mountain, take me across the sky. I'm not a singer right now, but anyway, yeah, just that song to start off the album, and just Randy Rhoads ripping that guitar. Especially that I always said that that's one of my favorite solos. I know you have uh, Mr. Crowley, Crazy Train, yeah, and I knew those songs right away. But my small little mind as an elementary kid didn't know that was um, just didn't know that was Ozzy, or that was Black Sabbath, or that he was connected to Black Sabbath. And I was just like, I like this song. Like, I like this song so far. And this album just kept going with the bangers, going with like, excuse me, going on with a banger after banger. Let me get see, what was the track list so far? I know I said it was my favorite album, like, or my favorite album that got me into heavy metal. Flying High Again, of course. Yeah, Flying High Again is just it's just so like catchy. You can like name you can just hum along to the lyrics. You know the patterns and all that. It just, especially hearing it over and over and over again, it's just so catchy. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. It's a classic, and especially for um, you can't kill rock and roll. It's here to stay. It's just, yeah, man. I miss Ozzy, man. All right. Anyway, Believer. I had a distinct memory of my sister loves that song, Believer, and it's just um, something that we like sing together in the car, and we just like kept singing along to it, and it was uh, it was just like a fond memory that I had, uh, going on adventures, going in car rides, and just going into um, just going to school with it, and we just sang it all the time. It drove my dad crazy because we kept asking him to play that song again. Hello, I would like you to play that song again. How does it go, man? I'm such a SpongeBob nerd, I know. But anyway, what else is that that happened after that? Believer, Little Dolls, just like I always like to do that on the drums, is where if I go to Guitar Center, I just like get this drum kit. I just like to do the snare part, just like yeah, it's awesome intro. Uh, Tonight, it's such a beautiful song. Um, I always enjoyed the fact that he kind of goes anywhere with any genre that he wanted to go with. Uh, when I mean he, I meant the whole group of Ozzy's band that likes to just go on the whim. Like this sounds really good. Like I want to continue on with that. Especially the melody of. Let me put that up really quick. Yeah, it's just something that you feel like that you would uh, put your hand up together during the show during that song. It's yeah. Nice. Yeah, that feels like something that you would be in a show and you would just sing along with everyone. It doesn't matter like who's next to you. You would all sing along together. Lighters up. Yeah, And I know that everyone's favorite uh, Ozzy album was between the three. One being, of course, the first album, Blizzard of Oz. Awesome album, but I have more of a personal connection to Diary of a Madman. Maybe it's me being biased of used to uh, used to hearing it every day in elementary school that I just like grew fond of. Then of course Sato. Sato just feels like a big build up of, and you're wondering when is this beat gonna happen, or when is the drop gonna happen, and all of a sudden you just hear Randy tearing it up. You just hear Ozzy just like singing with the pattern of the guitar, and it's um again, it's like another one of those songs that I would sing along with my sisters and my brother and my dad. We would just all sing it all the time, and it was just a fond memory of us being like on our way to uh, elementary school. And I feel bad for my teacher at the time because I would just sing that song all the time, and that teacher probably knows what song I'm talking about, like Sato, but those that don't, they just think I'm crazy. But anyway, and then of course, Diary of a Madman. Diary of a Madman is such uh, an iconic, haunting, beautiful intro about a person that's losing his mind, and he has to find some way to get free from this place, so to get some freedom of the mind, freedom of the body and spirit as well. And it's just iconic riff. And yeah, that's uh, one of my favorite Ozzy songs. I know he couldn't play it on his last show, but it's just an awesome song that just creates great storytelling of first person. Uh, no, it's first person where he's talking about what his situation is and just how much he wants to get out, and it matches greatly on uh, the feeling of wanting and yearning to get out and wanting to be free from this place that's oppressing him. And that album cover is, and my dad told me this too, that he would look at this and just think, yeah, there's so much little things going on this album cover that you just look at the little pieces here and there, and you start to put it together. One of them being, the upside down cross. Another one is a child that's laughing at the madman at the dinner table. From, if I got that right, it's his kid, uh, Amy, I believe. If it isn't, then it's just like a weird, surreal album cover where, yeah, you see Ozzy, he's bloodied up, he's torn apart, and that's one of his concert um, pieces that he would wear in live performances. Not that torn up, but he would wear it all the time. Bloodied up, and I did read his book about how he got his tattoos in jail. And one of the tattoos, you could see on his kneecap is a smiley face. And I didn't notice that until my dad pointed it out, and I thought it was very funny. Yeah. And another thing was, if you look at behind the album cover, I believe it's outside of the album cover or inside of the album cover. I can't bring it out at the moment because it's inside my car. But anyway, if you look inside, you can see that Ozzy's gone, and the kid's either the kid's dead or the kid is knocked out. But I think it's kind of assuming that since he's a madman, he most likely killed the kid. But anyway, yeah, it's just a awesome, awesome album, and it's one of my first albums that I ever got into when I was a kid, and it's just a fond memory uh, of elementary school. It just brings me back to childhood of hearing that album over and over and over again. And it's just anything else that Ozzy put out. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like No More Tears. That's one of my even though that was closer to my year of when it came out. It's still it's still gonna be Diary of a Madman. It's my favorite Ozzy Osbourne album of all time. Probably one of my favorite albums of all time, metal wise. Um, yeah. Sadly, I wanted to see Ozzy ever since I was in high school, middle school, elementary school. I used to watch the show a lot with my family. The first season, particularly, we used to watch that one all the time. And one of the albums that I like to one of the other albums that I listened to all the time was Judas Priest, "Screaming for Vengeance." My dad liked to play that a lot as well, and he was just introducing us into metal. My other siblings were, yeah, they still listen to metal, just like some of the softer stuff, but yet I'm the only one in the family that got into like heavier things. Like I want to hear heavy, like heavier than that. I want to hear like Metallica. My dad was a huge fan of Metallica, and then when uh, I was in high school, that's when I started listening to a band called Slipknot because everyone was listening to it, and I listened to the first album, and at first it scared me, but now it became something that became unique, and it just became a band that was heavier yet a bit more disturbing. Disturbing by the subject matter and disturbing about the sound of it. Like, it just feels eerie, and it just drew me into it. And I loved the self-titled album of Slipknot, and it's something that I still have. I have it over me right now. Yeah, Corey and Sid Wilson signed it, and it's just one of those albums that I've always treasured when I was a kid. And well, I wouldn't say kid because I was a teenager at the time, but anyway, yeah, that was the first album that got me into metal, and because of that, I just started diverting into like other bands like Pantera. Like right now, it's playing it right now. Then I started getting into emo music at the time. I think it was like middle school. I started like listening to a bit more emo. But I was still like a heavy metal kid at the time, where I wanted to like, oh, everything has to be metal or everything else sucks. And I'm like, now that I'm getting older, I'm just more or less like, yeah, metal is my favorite genre. But the thing is that it's like eating the same food every once in a while, and you just kind of just get tired of it. And I'm like, I want to maybe I'll get other genres a chance. Still can't get into country though, but bluegrass, that's different. But yeah, I started getting into like heavier stuff. At first, I didn't like death metal because it was like so. It's just screaming noise and everything at the time. That's what I believed. But until I uh, gave it another chance and just like get into it, and I started reading the lyrics as well, and then I started getting into. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm starting to get into it, especially the rhythm of it, just like the snare, the technicality of the guitar is just everything about the groove is so good. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, um, I said Slipknot. I said um, Judas Priest, Barry Redman. Pink Floyd was. They're not metal, I know, but uh, I would say. Oh, Pantera's Far Beyond Driven. That was like an album that I uh, listened to in high school that I would play it on repeat because it was so like heavy. Dimebag's uh, uh, guitar tone and guitar wailing is just unique and heavy. I just fell in love with it, and it was like another gateway into like something heavier as well. Let's see what else. Uh, I would say is that yeah. Oh yeah, I diverted so much that I skipped past the part that I wanted to see Ozzy. Yeah, I wanted to see Ozzy since elementary, middle school, and high school. I just never got the chance to because we just couldn't afford to go, and I also didn't know how to get tickets for that at the time since I was so young and I didn't like I barely had any quarters to get cookies at the snack shop at the middle school, and it's uh, and it still happened all the way up until after high school that I had every opportunity to do so, but I was doing college work. I was working, yet I was making sure that I kept the money to save. And yeah, the closest we ever got to seeing Ozzy was probably the No More Tours 2 that happened, and he was going to do his second last tour one final time to see Ozzy, and my dad did get the tickets, and it was going to be on the same day as my birthday, and uh, and I was so excited because I've wanted to see Ozzy for a long time because it's been uh, my family's thing to see Ozzy all together, and my dad has seen Ozzy already. He saw him uh, twice. He saw him twice, and I'll get over that later on. But he did see. Um, we did plan to go, but up until like a couple of days until we got where we were going to see Ozzy and Judas Priest was going to open for them, that was like a combo made in heaven. And when I was counting down the days and I was still doing schoolwork, uh, they announced online that they had to cancel the show because Ozzy had an arm infection in his hand. And when I read his book not too long ago, he said that he had an arm infection because he was biting his nails or biting his calluses, and especially shaking hands with so many people while that was happening, that he developed an infection in his arm that it would have killed him if he didn't treat it sooner or later. And I was so upset about it because I've wanted to see Ozzy for so long, but after some time happened, I just kind of was like, honestly, it is what it is, and I want Ozzy to be better. And yeah, the other opportunity I should have gotten to see Ozzy was back in 2018 or 2019 when he did his makeup show for New Year's Eve show. I didn't know about anything about it until it was too late. It was already too late. And that in 2019, I went to Knotfest in the Glen Helen Amphitheater. I'm pointing this way because of where that is in that general direction. But anyway, yeah, Slipknot live was awesome. That at least I didn't miss that with only the remaining members at the time. I think it was only when Sid was still around and when uh, Craig was still around as well. Yeah. And that was sad that Chris Fenn was gone and was supposed to be man. It was still an awesome show. Loud, loud, loud as hell. That's still one of the loudest shows I ever went to. And crazy. And it was crazy. But yeah. And then, but the only good thing I've thought about was that at least I got to see um, Ozzy uh, on live stream on his last ever show, or back to the beginning, before he passed away, unfortunately. And that just killed me. And then they announced that when I was at work, and it was like 2.5 weeks after that happened, and it, yeah, my whole family was distraught, and we were just like Ozzy was like our family band. It was a surprise that my mom liked Ozzy too, because Ozzy was just genuinely so funny, and uh, his music brought all of us together. He was also the person that made us all laugh. We listened to his music. His music was genuinely for everyone, and we loved that so much. Um, the fortunate thing is, since I knew I wasn't going to see Ozzy after his last show, I did buy his last, not last. I bought the Patient Number Nine signed uh, from eBay, because I want to at least have something personal from him, and kept with us, because because Ozzy meant a lot to me when it comes to heavy metal. And up until I got it, uh, the day before he passed away, I was just like shocked, and at least I have something uh, that was from Ozzy as his like last goodbye kind of thing, that is from him. Like a small, very small portion of him is right beside me right here. I have it framed right here, so that way I don't lose it. But yeah, Ozzy, thank you, Ozzy, for getting me into metal, and thank you, Dad, for for introducing Ozzy to me and making me branch out to all these other bands that I listen to. And yeah, I'm wearing a Dead Heat shirt, so these guys are a very small punk thrash band from Oxnard, California, and they're awesome live as well. Funny as hell as well. I got them to sign my set list that I caught from them. Yeah, but yeah, so that's about it for this questionnaire. And sadly, uh, sadly, I have to like get off so I can get some errands done. And if anyone sees this, thank you very much, and see you around.